11 and a half years later, I've taken the decision to refresh and refit the original versions that I had. Not for any huge purpose, but aging has its own impact in terms of bone structure and so on and so forth. And I felt that for some longevity, for the next 10 or so years, maybe I should think about what my options were. I did some reading in relation to a new type of replacement teeth, zirconia, and on face value, that looked like a pretty good option. I understood it meant taking out all of the work that had been done back in 2014, but again, it's for longevity purposes. So that decision was made in early February that I was going to do that. I got in contact with Farah, today's international coordinator, and it was a little bit of a whirlwind process there for a week and a bit. We sort of went from initial exchange of information, a couple of telephone calls, photographs, x-rays, etc., confirmed flights, accommodation, all the arrangements and everything else. Was all pretty much done by about the 19th of February. I arrived in Hyderabad on the 16th of March. All of the work was, or most of the work was done on the 18th in relation to the implants, and in the days thereafter the new bridge work was fitted, and today I'm at the end where we started this video. I've had the teeth expertly fitted by the staff. I've often thought how I would best describe the preciseness that's employed in actually getting these things to fit, and the best I could come up with is an abundance of micro fractional adjustments of a millimetre, and as many of them as is needed to get everything to sit right, to sit straight, for the teeth to all interact like they're supposed to, with no variations. And the amount of effort that goes into that by all of the people in the clinic, not just one person, but everybody from start to finish. The initial welcoming registration process, the planning process, the let's talk about this, let's talk about that, the explanation of how things are going to work, what you might feel in terms of pain management, knowing that not everybody has the same thresholds, what to do whilst here, what not to do whilst here, and then everybody gets, how can I put this, everybody gets a bite at the cherry. All the staff play a part. They all do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not the same person every day. They all have their allocated tasks, and Dr. Motiwala is watching everything that goes on, every minute, almost. And if he's not directly watching, he knows. And he coaches his people, and it's clear that he teaches the people that are here and encourages them to do their best, and the outcome is the best. And then nothing can walk past his own skill. That just defies all belief. So I'm a happy man. I'm going back to Australia today, and I'm happy to provide this feedback with no other incentive or anything else. I give it willingly. Anybody that has ever had any trouble with with their teeth, or is concerned about how the job can be done, is it going to hurt, is it going to be painful, how am I going to cope with 2 weeks away from my home to get it done? There's all those questions, and I would just say to you, ask the people that know, the people in the clinic. So thanks for having a listen. and good luck.